Last week I looked at that Kenwood KT31 amplifier that the cord had been cut off and the controls and stuff were all dirty. And it works. That was a good find. Just had to put a new cord on it, clean the controls. This time we're going to look at the tuner that went with it. This is the KT31. And this one's got a little more of a serious problem. In addition to somebody cutting the cord off on this one as well, this one's deaf. It doesn't tune anything on AM or FM. So we're going to take a look and see if we can figure out what the problem is. Okay, this time I got that tuner, the Kenwood KT31 tuner that went with that receiver. Like the last one, some bonehead cut the cord off on it, so we're going to have to replace the cord. Fortunately, I have one here. I think I got one here that's quite short. Yeah, this is a nice short cord. We'll use this one. We'll replace this cord. But before I replace it, we're going to make sure that the tuner works. I don't know what condition it's in. I haven't tried it. There's a little bit of a dent in it. This thing's had rats pissing on it. I don't know if it's rats pissing on it or not. It's in a basement. As I work my way through this pile of crap, I haven't been doing as many videos as I would like to, only because it's not that I don't have anything to do. I do have stuff to work on, and I've actually got some stuff coming in tomorrow to work on, so some paid work, but I've just been busy. It's amazing. You put a little ad up to do digitizing, and I've been very busy digitizing home videos for people. I just finished 50 1-hour tapes, and I just got another 25 in today, and I've got 2 more people that are bringing me tapes in the next couple days, so I've been just going like gangbusters. It's coming up to Christmas, right? This is the time of year I get really busy as far as archiving work goes. Everybody's wanting it done for Christmas, and the order I'm doing right now actually was one that I've already done. I transferred their mini DV tapes over to DVD for them about, I'm going to say, 7 or 8 years ago. And of course now they don't have a DVD player anymore, and they want everything put onto USB so that they can put it on their iCloud and put all their videos up for everyone to see on the internet. Alright, so this is the tuner. It's nice. It's got a big flywheel. Look at that. I like these tuners like this. This actually looks pretty clean inside. I don't know if it works or not. We're going to hook it up to power and see if it works, and if it does, then I'll change out the power cord, and we'll clean any switches and stuff that need to be cleaned. Again, I don't know if it works or not. I'm assuming it does, but it probably might not. So let's hook it up and see what happens. Notice, do not use AM antenna to lift or carry this unit. As if someone needs to be told that, and of course it's missing. But that's okay. I have one around here, I'm sure, or I can just clip a piece of wire on and connect it between AM and ground, of course. We're going to connect an FM antenna up. I got to get power to this unit, and we'll see whether it works. So I got my good old cheating cord. My cheating cord here with the death clips on the end. We'll just clip these to there, and I will plug this into the dim bulb circuit. The light won't even light up because we've got a transformer on here anyway, so going through here it'll get full power. There won't be any issues with that. Let's turn it on and see if it works. Well, the lights work. I don't hear any sound. How about when I touch the terminal on the back? I'm on AM now. I should hear sound. I do have it plugged into the right. I am on a correct input. I don't hear any sound, and I should hear something. I should hear static or something on. I'm on AM, so I mean I should hear something, but I hear nothing. Like there's nothing there. That's muting control. The muting switch. I didn't think it would have effect on AM, but apparently it does. But I still should hear something. There are AM stations still broadcasting. Clipping an antenna to here, I should hear something. A piece of wire on here. I mean, touching it with my hand, I should hear something, but I don't. If I don't hear anything, it's static. Oh, the Indian station. Let's turn on my transmitter and see whether I can pick up my own transmitter. Got a signal meter on it. That's kind of cool. It has muting for AM. I didn't think that. I've never seen an AM receiver that has muting when there's no signal. That is kind of cool. Okay, let's lose that. Oh, and it changes color. Look at that. That is neat. It goes from red to green when you're on a station, but there's no signal. Let me find a proper AM antenna. I do have an AM antenna here. In fact, I had one that was just falling down off of my stack, my receiver here, the other day when I was looking for something, and I kept throwing it up on top of my amplifier, and it kept falling down. I got pissed off and I threw it across the shop, so I got to go find it. And I think you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Maybe it's just getting grumpy in old age, but you know what it is, like you stand a broom up in the closet. You stand your broom up and it falls over, right? And you stand it up again and it falls over and you put it back in there again, and as soon as you take a step away, the damn thing falls over again. At that point, you're just like, God damn! You throw the thing across the room. Well, this is the antenna. So I used to keep this thing just sitting on top of my receiver here so that I have an AM antenna handy when I need it. And I was looking for something on top of my receiver right here. This is normally my junk storage. Like, keep my couple rolls of black tape up here and my guitar tuner and some cassette tapes and stuff that I'm using. And this normally would sit up here. But it kept falling down when I was doing something. Every time I turn around, it slide down, fall down. I put it up there and it fell down again. So I got ticked off after about the third time of it falling down. I threw it. I threw it across the shop up onto another shelf. And of course, it landed on the shelf and then fell down behind it. That one last opportunity to piss me off. So I got the AM loop antenna. We'll connect it here. Not that anybody listens to AM, but I don't think this thing's ever been used. I've got another one on the other receiver, right? They used to give you these with new receivers. This one obviously had an antenna that clipped in there somehow. This one says Sony. I'm sure this is a Sony. Came with the Sony receiver. Anyway, that is beside the point. Let's see whether the AM reception is any better now that it's got a proper antenna. It is not. In fact, I don't hear anything. So,
the premier.
Yeah, so this needs some work, which is fine. That's what we do here. We fix things. Let's see how the FM radio works. This one here, I can clip an antenna. I can clip a wire on this one because FM. That's all you really need is a wire. And I just thought of something. I've got this in dim bulb mode, so maybe that's affecting. It shouldn't, because it's not going to really reduce the power. It shouldn't affect it. Well, let's just try it. Let's flip the power up and see whether that affects the AM. It shouldn't make any difference. And it doesn't. The only reason I've got it in dim bulb mode is so that if something were to happen and this were to short together, all it would do is turn the light bulb. It wouldn't blow anything up. But again, the reduced current is not going to make any difference to a tuner like this, because effectively it's not even there, right? There's no resistive value to the light bulb when there's no current. This thing draws so little current for this little transformer. We're talking milliamps, so it's not going to reduce the power. If I were to measure the voltage here going through the dim bulb or not, I know if I don't do it, somebody won't believe me, but trust me, the voltage isn't. Watch it make a liar out of me, right? But no, the voltage is not going to be any different. So how does this hook up? Two red wires down here, AC volts. We have 16 volts, and if I flip this up, we have 16 volts. You see? No difference. I just have to prove that because I'll get some know-it-all that's telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about, and that having that light bulb in series will reduce the power, and it doesn't. FM. I'm not hearing anything. There's nothing there. My test transmitter is right down here, and I don't hear anything. And I got a second one that's running like right about there, and like there's nothing there. Like this thing is not picking up anything. So we have a project on our hands. I don't think it's a switch that's bad either. I don't think the switch is causing it, but we'll just make sure. Oh, this thing's dead. This thing's dead. So what I am thinking on this is I'm looking at these blue caps, these little blue caps, and are these Sanyo? Some of these use like Sanyo. What brand are these stupid things? I mean, this is a Kenwood, but what do they use for caps in this thing? I'm just seeing if there's a brand on these. 2.2 at 50, but are they branded? I don't see any brand on these things. Oh, they're Panasonic. They're Matsushita. I see the trademark. Matsushita. But that is what I'm thinking. Maybe we have a problem. Good. I'm going to take the bottom off. I think I can take the bottom off this unit without it, without having to pull the board. See, I don't want to pull the board out because I don't want to mess up the tuning dial, but I think the bottom comes off on this. Pretty sure the bottom comes off, and I can then get to the board and, okay, got to take a screw out there. Take that screw out from the top, but I think if I remove these screws, the bottom will come off, and there should be a chassis that holds the face, and I think the back and the side railing and the face should all stay in place. And I can slide the bottom off and hopefully take the bottom off it, and then I can access the board. I mean, after all, this was built before everything got stupid and non-serviceable. know, it's funny, you know, somebody sent me a video to watch of a guy down in Florida with his Cybertruck and his challenge to drive across Florida in a Cybertruck, and showing how much it cost him to operate it. And I kind of skipped through it because it was kind of a little bit long video, but it looked like at the end of him going across Florida for his kid's game and back, it kind of looked like that it cost him more to drive his Cybertruck across the state and back than it would have cost his wife to drive her Escalade. And I might add, the Escalade looks a lot better than the Cybertruck. But what I found amusing was all the bugs that collected on it, and all the headaches he had. He was complaining about it the entire time. Spent $106,000 on this vehicle, and I'm just starting to see them showing up here everywhere. I saw two today. I was laughing so hard at one of them, I just about drove off the road. All right. Yeah, they're not my favorite vehicle. You wouldn't catch me dead in one, or any Tesla for that matter. I'll take an electric vehicle, but I wouldn't buy a Tesla. I guess the first thing first is to give this thing a wet finger treatment. See if anything changes. Like, it should be much stronger than what I'm getting here, which is nothing. Although this thing's got so much smoke on it, I wonder if the antenna's making a good connection. Let's just clip it on the inside here. Well, as you can see, it shouldn't be like picking up a station all the way across the band. I wonder if it's a stupid tuner. Like, I don't see anything shorting it out, but
so does the story of new music, and you can join me, Alan Cross, as we examine all shades of rock and alternative and so much more with the ongoing history of new music, Sundays at 10 a.m. and again at 10 p.m. right here on the world-famous C-Fox.
Yeah, C-Fox. It's coming up. It's coming in through half the band. I wonder if it's... You know what? I think the problem is, take a look down in here. Take a look at this mess. This is, I think, where the fault is. Do you think that crud, if my camera will focus, come on camera, you can do it. Do you think that crap is supposed to be inside the tuner, inside in the actual capacitor? I don't think so. I think that is ruining the tuning. I wonder what I can try to clean that out with. I bet that's where the fault is. I wonder if I can blow that out with compressed air. I'm going to get my compressor. We're going to blow some compressed air into that thing. I wonder if that's where the fault is. It looks like there's dirt or dust or something's accumulated in between the plates of the tuning capacitor. You see down here? Let's blow that away with air. Will this clear this mess up? All right, let's I fixed it! I fixed it! How about my test transmitter? It should be down here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, it's probably... I think we're off frequency here. Yeah, definitely off frequency. I guess we're going to have to calibrate it. Okay, let's just see what happens when I tune this. Which one is it? Oh, I still see crud in there. Still crap coming out of there, you know? I don't want to do that running.
Can be made 7 days.
What station is that? Is that, what station is that? Is that this one? Okay, that's my test. I'm just gonna bump the, this is, okay, that's KIS at 92.9. Let's see whether my test transmitter, there we go. Okay.
Trade secrets.
No, it's not.
Premier
That's
is musing about
88.1.
kicking Mexico out of the North.
Yeah, okay, that's 88.1. So let's just tune that a bit to get to 88.1.
To increase aid to Gaza or risk losing military support. But that deadline has come and gone while aid organizations decree.
Okay, that's 88.3, which is my little test transmitter that's off the air because we had a power failure, and my my radio tuner, my internet radio tuner that I pick up a local station on and rebroadcast it for my own enjoyment is off the air. I gotta fix it.
Right.
But there's my test transmitter, 87.5. All right, 87.5.
About awareness.
88.1. 92.9 is there. How about 99.3 is there.
There's going to be a lot.
101.1 is there. That's looking good.
bcaa.com/gift.
102.7, 103.5.
For everyone at Royal Columbian Hospital.
I fixed it. And that's another test one that's I have to reboot. How about AM? How's AM going to work now? I bet AM's going to work just fine. Alright. I fixed it. I fixed it. So I got to change the power cord on it now. Let's hook up the AM antenna and see whether AM will receive anything. I'm sure it will now. I think that was bugs and stuff that crawled into the tuner.
You look at Mexico, they're importing.
I don't know if this thing needs to go to ground or not. Let's just see what we get here. There's the Indian stations. 98, 730.
McKinnon's costing the country too much.
Yeah, 730 is there. Again, I don't know whether this antenna is the right antenna for this, right? Looks like it works.
Impose binding arbitration. Ottawa ended the shutdown of Canada's two biggest railways.
Oops. Well, it looks like AM is working too.
Ottawa's move is good news.
Okay, so no capacitor, just some crap that just some crap that found its way into the air capacitor, the tuning capacitor. And no, you cannot spray any type of contact cleaner in here. This is an air gapped capacitor. It works by the capacitance created between the plates. It's a variable capacitor. If I zoom in on here, you'll see how it works. So right now the capacitor is at its minimum or its maximum value, so the frequency is the lowest because the plates are the closest together, and as I rotate it, the plates will start to separate. So now the surface area between the two plates is reducing. And when you go all the way up like this, the plates are completely separated and the frequency goes up because the capacity goes down. The capacitor is at the smallest value right now. So the frequency goes up, and as you increase the capacity, I know it sounds backwards, as you increase the capacity, the frequency of the oscillator goes down. So all I had to do is I just had to tweak this trimmer here. This is what sets the oscillator. Tweak that just to get my FM centered, and it is now working and pulling in all the local stations. So I guess now we just need to put a power cord on it. So I didn't need to take the bottom off this one. I'm just going to throw it back together. Got to make sure I get the back on the right way. We'll replace the power cord, and I'll be done with this. And no, I'm not going to change any capacitors, because a unit like this is not worth anything. I'm almost tempted just to splice the cord on the back, because at least there is a couple of feet of cord on this one. Or if I can find an end, like a power connector, to stick it on the end, but I don't think I have one. It's a nice layout with that separate subchassis. That's actually kind of nice. Some of them you can't take the bottom off because of the way they're laid out, but this one with that subchassis, it holds the back and the front piece on. At least the dial strength doesn't come off. We'll see how much this strain really fights me to take this one out. Some of them are really a pain in the butt to get out. There we go. Got that out. Let's we'll just change the cord. I'll just heat up the soldering iron here and remove the old cord. I've got a new one. It's a shorter cord, but that's fine. We don't need anything long. It typically just plugs into the tuner that's sitting with it. So this is a short little power cord. The wind sounds like it's starting to pick up. We're expecting to get a pretty good blow tonight, as they say. They're talking gale force winds of around 90 kilometers an hour, which in the miles per hour is around 55 miles per hour. That's what they're calling for tonight here. Saying we could have power outages. So hopefully that won't happen until I'm all done with editing. There, that's in place. See, that made that short work of that. Got a cord that's long enough to plug into the back of the amplifier that it will be going with when I sell it, because it will be sold with the rest of the system. There we go. No antenna on there right now. It's picking up my local little test transmitter. No problem. Mono. Muting on and off. There's no antenna on here now, so I don't expect it'll pick up much until I put an antenna on.
Effective, especially about like end of.
It's okay, I'm okay. I don't really gotta stay. It's okay. Real love, that's why I call a killer.
Et beaucoup de jeunes facteurs.
That. Anyways.
Yep. Everything. No problem. I like it. The light changes color. See? Alright, that's this one done. Another one. Safe from the scrap heap. Hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, if you got one of these tuners, you cannot spray anything. You use compressed air or a dust off or whatever. I use compressed air as I've got a compressor handy. That's how you clean them. You don't put any type of liquid cleaner. No alcohol-based cleaners. Nothing, because it'll leave a residue. Leave a residue on that, it's going to detune it. It's simple as that. So that's what you got to do. You got to use compressed air. Preferably, I mean, the dry air from a dust-off can, for example, is very good. Or a compressor. If you're in a really humid environment, then a compressor might have a bit of moisture in it, but at least it's just water. It will dry. All right, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.